Hello there. You've probably heard what happened in the news this week down in Gore with Mayor Ben Bell, who has had a lot of media coverage over the last week or so after the local council got together and says, "We want to ask the dude to resign," and put forward a motion of no confidence. After a lot of media coverage from around the country focusing on what was going on, this kind of spurred people to go out and support the mayor. He had about 200 people down there at the council chambers when this meeting came up. The whole public gallery was absolutely packed. Media was watching what was going on with interest in the council. The people who got together and said, "We want to put this vote out there," they caved and they said, "No." And they're looking at it as an opportunity to maybe start afresh and look at things in a new light to try and rebuild those relationships. And as an outcome goes, that's a really positive one. Whether or not you agree or disagree with things like how the CEO runs the organization, bullying allegations, the fact that the elected officials are now looking at this as an opportunity to realign their working process is not a bad outcome at all. And it probably should never have got to this stage in the first place. But the fact of the matter remains, this probably wouldn't have happened without that focus from the media and, more importantly, that focus from the public. Those supporters, loud and clear in what they wanted. They wanted the democratically elected mayor to be able to get onto the job that he was elected to do. And that's fantastic. But it does make me wonder whether or not people are aware of what's going on in their own councils, in their own backyard. You've got some councils, for example, who are really cohesive, who work actually pretty well together. But you've got other councils where you've got people whose opinions vary so much that they almost entirely disagree on everything to do with the way that your local region is run. And because our voter turnout is so low in local body elections, we can often forget just how important it is to get involved and to make sure we know what's going on with our local councils and our local authorities. When people come in and complain about things like three waters, a lot of that comes down to the fact that people have not been engaged to be able to get interested in what's going on with infrastructure within their location that they live in or other issues that are a big problem for them. Because one of the reasons why I think we should all be looking at what happened in Gore as an opportunity to get more involved in our own local body politics. What is it that your councillor is doing that you're not keen on? Is there a specific councillor who's doing things like pushing anti woke rhetoric that you're not a big fan of, or that you are a big fan of and you want to get behind? Entirely up to you, but I would thoroughly recommend using what happened in Gore as a doorway to go out and find out what's actually happening in your community with your elected officials. And it's not hard to do. You can find it on their websites. All of your elected officials will have Facebook pages. They're super easy to get involved with. Even talk to the people in your community. That's what you need to do now.